Yo, thanks for tuning in to Politically Homeless. Going to start making a lot more content, primarily 5-minute videos, trying to keep them short, sweet, to the point. So, what we have going on here today is FDA panel Greenlights vaccines for kids, paving the way for authorization. Let's get into it. So, vaccines for 28 million children are on the way for authorization after an advisory panel at the Food and Drug Administration voted in support of the Pfizer vaccine for kids ages 5 to 11 on Tuesday afternoon. The vote was the first step in the regulatory process of the two-shot Pfizer vaccine that would allow kids to get their first shots in early November and become immunized by early December. The problem with this, and even it was not unanimous, almost vote by the FDA, but you have extremely small efficacy and data for very young children. As some of the people on the advisory panel board that voted for this say in this article, they admit that while they voted for this, they're not okay with states mandating these vaccines for kids to go to school. And they're afraid that by voting for this, states will interpret that as a green light to do that. And I can guarantee you, where I live here in California, they're going to try to pull that CRAP. I have an 11-year-old son, wouldn't you know, who's in 6th grade. And I've already expressed to my ex-wife, and she seems to be in agreement, although we all know that can change on a daily basis. But I'm not okay with them vaccinating my child at this point. He's a young, healthy boy, and his risk from COVID is so minute. Not to mention, I'm absolutely positive my whole family had it a long, long time ago, back at the end of, or very, very early to 2020. My mom almost died from it. He was sick for about a month straight, and he hasn't really had a cold ever since then. Go figure. But I'm not okay with that, and I want to wait, as I think the majority of parents are in agreement with me. Only so they did a study, and a third of the parents said they're, really wanted to give their kids the vaccine. A third of parents said hell no, and they didn't even say what the other third of parents said or wanted or was what their stance was. So there's no majority saying that they want kids to do this. And California and its insanity, they've already mandated it for 12 and up. So when my child goes to school next year, I'm going to have to homeschool them or send them to a private school, basically. They're only giving them a third dose of the vaccine. And it just raises so many questions of, we're seeing from the data, even with the vaccine, people are getting sick and spreading it. So for kids, especially a young child in my son's age group, there's just no data to warrant this kind of paranoia and mandating anything. We have to see, for me, it needs to be at least 5 years of efficacy and data collected before I'm going to be comfortable giving my kid the poke. So they say here there are still more steps before pokes go into arms. But yeah, if all goes well, regulatory approval, because it will, it's going to go right to Biden's desk, and he's going to sign it. They're going to start shipping out the vaccines immediately, and 5 to 11 within the first week or two of November. Yeah. Oh, Dr. Fauci, the Beagle murder, God, that scumbag, he needs to go. I am fully support of. I think he should be prosecuted for all the lies that he's told